Austin Coyle, his Lady Barbara, Frank Hawley and the crew. A 5-year-old race car. Frank Hawley, the crew of the Chi-Town car, going over to congratulate Kenny Bernstein 2 weeks ago. At the Golden Gate Nationals, it was Bernstein that defeated Frank Hawley with a hole shot. He wasn't congratulating him then. A wonderful moment for the Chi-Town crew.
An incredibly close race from start to finish. Identical elapsed times, 6.02 seconds. Identical top speeds, 244.54 miles an hour. And at the finish line, it was just a matter of inches as Kenny Bernstein won it. Steve had a chance to ask Kenny how close it really was.
It's the closest race I've ever had in my life, Steve. I really thought he won. I honestly did. And I never felt that before.
You left first, again, as you did on Hawley 2 weeks ago.
Well, I'm taking the right vitamins, I guess.
The mountains overlooking Orange County International Raceway, looking down on a huge crowd of people watching this Winston World Finals as we get set for Pro Stock.
That's right, the Top Fuel cars getting ready for their semifinal round. Now it's Pro Stock, the factory hot rods. These are 7-second, 170-mile-an-hour machines, and here is the world champion, Lee Shepard, the Rear and Morrison Camaro from Arlington, Texas. They clinched the world championship at mid-season. They had amassed so many victories in Winston points.
The competition for Lee Shepard is another Camaro and a very famous name. This is Lee Shepard. He drives for the team of Rear and Morrison out of Arlington, Texas. But his competition moving up from the modified ranks, this is Joe Lapone Jr. driving for the one, the only Bill Grumpy Jenkins. Lapone, formerly a modified racer, now wheeling this 170-mile-an-hour Pro Stocker with a lot of class.
David Rear, one of the car owners, looking on as Lee Shepard prepares to stage the car. He's ready, Lapone is ready, and we've got a beautiful race. Lapone is out first over Rear and Morrison. But here comes the famed Texas horsepower on the big end.
And does it pay off? A 0.04 of a second hole shot by Joe Lapone. He did exactly what he's hired to do, but the horsepower difference was more than made up for as David Rear and Buddy Morrison field another round win for their driver, Lee Shepard.
In the second half of the semifinals here in Pro Stock, we'll see this man, Bob Glidden, the 5-time world champion from Whiteland, Indiana, the Ford EXP, up against the amazing Oldsmobile driver from Norcross, Georgia. This is Warren Johnson, who came on very strong the latter half of the season. It's a good thing Lee Shepard wrapped it up early, David.
Certainly is, because WJ Warren Johnson knocks on that 180-mile-an-hour door practically every time he goes down the racetrack. They're staging carefully, and a red light start for Glidden. He leaves too quickly. You saw it a moment ago with Shirley, and now Bob Glidden falls prey to the red light.
Glidden just rolled the dice. He had to try to leave on Johnson as Johnson thunders to a 775, 178 miles an hour. Here's Glidden again. You see the tree in the upper left-hand corner of your screen, and Glidden moves before the yellow light goes out.
That's a red light, and that's a lose, and this man, Warren Johnson, is moved into the finals to race against the Chevrolet. We get set to go now with the finals of Pro Stock.
Oh, the crowd is on their feet for this one. It's Chevrolet on the far lane, Lee Shepard, Oldsmobile in the tower lane, the national record holder for speed, Warren Johnson. The two have met, I believe, 3 times this year, and Johnson has won twice. They stage very, very carefully. These are 4-speed transmission cars. It is Warren Johnson out first. It is Warren Johnson out ahead of Lee Shepard. It is Johnson driving away at 7.78 seconds, 176 miles an hour, to a fairly close 786 at 177.
So as you can see, Steve, coming into the finish line, speed traps, and then across the finish line by a little over a car length.
Already out of the car is the event winner, Warren Johnson. This is his 3rd big title this year, and I believe it was Lee Shepard in all 3 finals.
Right, I've raced Lee 4 times and beat him 3 times in the finals.
All right, now the reaction times were identical, so it was a race of power.
Well, that's what I said before. That's what we're out here, the crowd as good a race as we possibly can, and I don't think there's any, as you referred to it before, psychological advantage on a starting line or anything like that. And I think everything came out the way I wanted it anyway.
Well, congratulations from Sports World, the event winner, and maybe soon to be a world champion in 1983.
Well, the right vitamins are sure paying off for Kenny Bernstein today. He is in the finals against Trip Shoemake in the team car of Billy Meyer. And some tremendously close racing has marked this funny cars show. And Trip Shoemake has been one of the real stories. A couple of weeks ago, he was in retirement. Steve talked with his wife, Susie.
Well, we just gave up on drag racing. You know, we quit. He quit in June. We bought 3-wheel motorcycles. We were out camping during Labor Day weekend. I mean, we're just having a ball. And when Billy Meyer called that morning, we just, you know, that's the best kind of surprises. It's kind of like Christmas morning for us, you know. And this last night was like Christmas Eve for us. You know, you never know what to expect.
For Billy Meyer and his wife Deborah of Waco, Texas, this is the first quiet moment that you folks have had all day long, all weekend long.
Yeah, I think we're going to stay down here for a while. It's definitely quieter down here. I never saw him, because I wasn't looking, but normally I can see him out of the corner of my eye. He must have just been barely ahead of me. But down here, when the camera crew goes to the other car, you know something happened.
Yeah, we hate to do that. We hate to be the one like Deborah. You got to be proud of your man. He fought hard all year.
It's been a wonderful year. I'd say the best of our lives. Championship was really close, but there's always another year. And
a new baby boy just a couple of months ago. But now you've got work to do. You've still got Tripp trying to win this race.
Yeah, I got to get even with Kenny somehow.
We don't know what to expect either as all the work is done. Kenny Bernstein backing into his own tracks. Tripp Shoemake in the team car of Billy Meyer alongside of him in the far lane. Bernstein aiming for his second consecutive win. Earlier, he had some problems back in the pits, and Steve was there.
I was there, David. An alert crewman found a burned crankshaft in the engine, rendering that engine useless. They have now plugged in a spare power plant. They at least had a chance to warm the engine up before bringing it to the line, but it is still going to be an unknown quantity going into this final.
We talked about the amount of work that goes on, and there's a perfect example. They had the car running, they changed engines, and still made it to the finals against Tripp Shoemake in the Ford EXP of Billy Meyer. Kenny Bernstein will be in the near lane.
Tripp Shoemake in the far lane. He has one national event win to his credit. Bernstein has won 2 over his years of drag racing.
The LN7 of Kenny Bernstein with a close win in the previous round, and he's falling behind here as it is Tripp Shoemake pulling ahead, and what a storybook finish it is. Tripp Shoemake wins it.
He wins it wire to wire. His crew has gone nuts. It's the Team B car collecting the honors. Susie Shoemake, what a smile. Maybe a tear or two to go along with it. It's Tripp Shoemake at 586, 243 miles an hour. As Bernstein's spare engine, well, they just didn't have a time to sort it out. The clutch was maybe a little off in the car, and we get another look at it.
As you can see, Tripp Shoemake had no problem, because as he left the starting line, Kenny Bernstein started falling behind.
Out of this car will come one of the happiest, bounciest, most animated drivers you will ever see. His wife calls him 240 Shorty, hired in by Billy Meyer as a blocker. He did that indeed so well that he himself has become the event winner, his second ever NHRA national title, and our congratulations to Tripp Shoemake.
Oh, man, I tell you.
It's hard work.
I tell you, I'm worn out. You know, my wife and I, every Sunday before we race, we have a prayer together in our trailer. And today I said, Lord, just let me do the best I can do. Whether I win or lose, just be proud of what I did. Man, how can you ask for more?
583.
That would have did that again? I already bracket 1. They pay good money in that deal.
So, Tripp Shoemake, you've done Billy Meyer proud, yourself proud today.
What kind of speed did it go?
Who cares?
I do.
As we move into Top Fuel Eliminator, the winner of this will also take home the event title. Jim Bernard against Gary Beck.
Jim Bernard's first ever final round appearance in major NHRA competition. Gary Beck, who at this point seems to be unstoppable, but if you look back over this season, Beck seems to always have some kind of problem. Lady Luck has not been with the Larry Minor crew this year. It has certainly been there as far as elapsed times are concerned, but they have not won a race all year, looking to make it 2 in a row here at the World Finals.
Bernard is in the far lane, and here's Gary Beck smoking the tires, and it is Bernard streaking ahead across the finish line. Jim Bernard, exploding an engine, takes the win. His elapsed time only 5.92 seconds, but as Jim Bernard would tell you, who cares? The point is, he got there before Gary Beck, and that means Jim Bernard is the NHRA Winston World Finals champion. Steve?
Bernard trying to get his suit off now. All I can see are happy eyes. This man has been racing for 15 years, waiting for this moment. And anytime you're up against Gary Beck, there's always the chance that he may make too much power. And Jim, I think that's what happened. He smoked the tires.
He smoked the tires. I didn't know what happened. He was there for a second and then gone. I know I had my hands full. She went to the right, and then she went, and it shook, did everything it wasn't supposed to do. I didn't know how I won the race, but we did it. Here we are.
You certainly did. Your crew chief, Lee Beard, doing a super job. And
He did a super job. My whole crew are the people that are responsible for this car and this race.
had you lost this round, you'd have still been a happy man. Nobody had a better time drag racing today than Jim Bernard.
That's right. Even second place is good as winning. Especially this whole year has been a good year for us, but we haven't won the big one. We just did. Look out for tonight, folks. She's a party.
They did it from Portland, Oregon. Jim Bernard, the top fuel champion at the Winston World Finals. We've also crowned our Pro Stock champ, Warren Johnson. Out of Phoenix, Arizona, Trip Shoemake. From Orange County International Raceway, this is Dave McClellan for Steve Evans saying so long for now.
And so a terrific afternoon of funny car competition comes to a close. The World Championship going to the Canadian Frank Hawley, but a stunning World Finals victory to Trip Shoemake. A great afternoon here at Orange County International Raceway. On behalf of Steve Evans, I'm Gary Gerald saying we hope you've enjoyed this show as we say so long from Southern California.